Hey Aussie gamers, Lucas here, and I'm exhausted. I've had a big day and I've gone into the big smoke today into Sydney City, and for the reason of checking out the Xbox One X before release. Microsoft's flagship store, which is in Sydney, down there on, I don't know, Pitt Street, wherever it is, went down there today because Microsoft invited the public, the general public, to go down there and get hands on with the Xbox One X before its official release date in November. Now I did that, went down there, and the games on offer were Super Lucky's Tale, Forza Motorsport 7, Killer Instinct, and Cuphead. And I fortunately got a chance to give all of those a go. Now the first one to mention, I'm going to talk about Forza Motorsport 7. I had already played the demo on my Xbox One S at home, and it looked brilliant, played brilliant, was a nice crystal clear image at 60 frames a second, and playing it again today on the Xbox One X, it was once again beautiful 4K and 60 frames a second and ran without a hitch. Played it using a controller down there, an Elite controller. I also gave it a try with the steering wheel setup that they had down there as well. And it was wonderful. It looks great, plays great, will be a fantastic game. Dynamic weather in the game is amazing. When it starts to rain halfway through a race, you really find yourself struggling for grip. Moving on from that, Killer Instinct, once again, that plays pretty good on the standard Xbox and the Xbox One S. So on the X, it was fairly natural that it was going to play nice and smooth as well. Cuphead, once again, not a very demanding game, but played really nice. It was a pretty brutal game to play, but I did get past the tutorial. That wasn't too much of an issue for me. Now, the final one I want to talk about is called Super Lucky's Tale, and the reason why I'm bringing this one to your attention last is because it was the most intriguing and also the most alarming. Now, the Xbox One X is supposed to be the most powerful console in the world. However, today I found something that is a little bit worrying. Now, I've got some footage that I was allowed to record off the TV screen today. I did record it at 60 frames a second, and it's going to show some blatant issues that I think hopefully are ironed out by the time because this game hasn't been released yet, neither is the X, so hopefully by the release date of Super Lucky's Tale, and also hopefully by the release date of the Xbox One X. Now, if you don't know what Super Lucky's Tale is, it's kind of like I don't know, it's a kiddie sort of 3D roaming adventure game, sort of akin to, I don't know, it made me think of Conker's Bad Fur Day. It kind of looked like that. Didn't have that kind of tongue-in-cheek or anything like that, but that kind of graphics. It was cartoony, 3D, and it was running in 4K. But the thing is, it didn't seem like it was running at a solid 60 frames a second. And a game like this, at these kind of graphics, this kind of demand, I would expect it to be a solid 60 frames a second, because I could imagine that the Xbox One S could probably do in the vicinity of 60 frames with a game such like as this one. There was frame slowdown and there was frame drops playing Super Lucky's Tale. I was pretty disappointed by it, especially it was running in an overpowered console. Now, I should mention as well, the consoles that we were using today weren't Xbox One X retail units. They were dev kits, and I've got photos that I'll pop up on the screen of the white dev kits. They are specifically dev kits. They're not the retail units that are going to be available when Xbox One X finally launches. But yes, quite disappointing to see that it couldn't hold a stable frame rate in such a simple looking game. Look, without further rambling on about it, I'll cut across to some footage that I took of Super Lucky's Tale. I'll replay it a few times and I'll pinpoint the area on screen, circling it where you can actually tell where the frames drop and skip. So I'd like to see what you think. Am I looking into it too much? Am I too much of a frames per second whore? Or snob, or whatever you want to call it? Leave your comments in the description. Well, not in the description. Leave your comments in the comment section down below, and I'll happily get back to you whenever I can. Really interested to see what you think. And have you pre-ordered your Xbox One X? Are you getting one? Are you a little bit worried? Are you going to wait for it to release? I've spoken enough. Let's watch the video and I'll talk to you next time. See ya!